La 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 la. Hey, this is a song for my haters. Yeah, you got me feeling like the greatest.
Rowe dropping the pass in trouble. He gets the pass away over the middle, and it's picked off at the 20-yard line. Dansby makes the interception.
Welcome back to another episode of PCP, Press Coverage Podcast. I'm your host, E. Dansby, and today I got another special guest sitting in with us, man. A former Auburn Tiger, a former Florida Gator, and currently now, by the way, the New Jersey Generals of the USFL. Man, big Tyrone Truesdell. What's up, bro?
What's up? Glad to be here.
Hey, man, appreciate having you on the show, man. Appreciate you taking out your time, bro. I know you got a busy schedule, man, but, hey, you thought enough of us to come down and sit down with us, boy. You know I appreciate it, man. But, hey, man, before we get into your story, man, we dissect everything, man. We get ready to talk about this you in particular, man. I first got to ask you, man, about the state of Auburn football, man. Going through kind of a rocky time right now, man. But Coach Williams, man, Cadillac, man, he gets the interim job, man, takes over after they fired their head coach here a few weeks ago. He's been just so authentic with the players, man, so authentic with the media, man. They're sitting now 2-1. They're going into the Iron Bowl this week, man. So what's been your thoughts on Auburn this year, man? Just, the rocket star now, they just kind of things are kind of trending upwards.
Yeah, it been rocky for them lately. I mean, every game is a hard game no matter who you play.
Yeah, definitely.
And I know they don't have some tough losses, but I just like the fact Cadillac don't took over, and the person who you see, he like that all the time. That's him.
Yeah, definitely.
Like genuine, love Auburn, big to the players.
Yeah.
We love them, and you're gonna always get his best, and he expect the same from you. So with the 2 wins, I knew that was gonna happen because like he know how to bring them boys together. Right.
And what you're saying that, man, bringing them together, man. Cadillac is one of those guys, man. He's forever indebted into that program, man, because he's there with the Jason Campbell days, man, and the Carlos Rogers days. A guy right here from Augusta, man. And like I said, man, you don't really see a guy at a running back. He's coaching the running backs, get that position, be able to go as the intern coach and just take over, man. Like I think he's doing a stellar job, man. You're playing in the SEC, you're in the SEC West, what I think is a little harder division, and I think he's competing at a high level, man. And I think if he can get a win this weekend in the Iron Bowl against Alabama, man, knock off a Saban team who's not as strong as they usually are, man, I think he'd be, in strong consideration.
Yeah, he'll definitely be in, especially being able to do that with at the beginning of the season, how it went, the middle of the season,
right,
and to end like that, that's a big one. That Iron Bowl is real big.
Right. It is, man. That Alabama, that's deep rooted in the state of Alabama, man. It's like I said, it's always been a big rivalry for decades. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a big game. It's gonna be a big game Saturday for both sides. Anytime you can win those big rivalry games, because this is rivalry weekend in college football.
Yes,
anytime you can win those big rivalry games, man, it's always important, man. And for me, man, personally, I'm rooting for Cadillac to get the job. I'm rooting for him to win, because I'm a guy outside of the college I went to. I root for Bama. But I'm rooting for Auburn this weekend, man, because like I said, I was a fan of Cadillac growing up, man. Somebody kind of like I didn't really idolize because I didn't play the position, but I definitely respected him, man. His career in college, man, going on to the NFL, man. So like I said, man, I'm definitely rooting for him this weekend, bro. That, they can come out with a big win, man.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be watching the game.
Yeah.
I would have went, but like the drive and all that.
It's a good look because they're in Tuscaloosa this year.
Yeah, they in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's a good little hunt from right here in Augusta, where we at, man. So before you was this guy at Auburn, man. Before you was the big guy at Florida, and now playing in the USFL, man. You had to come play the game as a youth, man. So with Pop Warner being so big here in Augusta, man, AYFL, all these small leagues, 7-on-7, guys getting all this exposure now, man. For you, when did you find your love for the game of football, man, just, being a young child?
Well, for me, it was always instilled in me, really sports in general. My family, they big in sports.
Yeah.
Like, everybody got some type of talent they is.
For sure.
Like, with my dad, it was football. I got uncles who played basketball, and then I got track, all that.
Right.
But, like, my daddy instilled in me, like, football builds character.
That's it.
So I used to always play. I ain't really play in no, like, Pee Wee League.
Yeah.
Because, like, once he had passed away, it kind of like, you can't really do football things.
Right,
and
right.
Ain't nobody really trying to push you for that.
Right.
But I ended up playing basketball.
Yeah.
Everybody in the neighborhood play basketball.
Yeah, I tell people, being from Augusta, man, you gonna play basketball because this is a basketball city. So it's nothing but just pick up a ball and go to the neighborhood court, just in the backyard with some of your friends. That's just something that we always did here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that was something that really kept me like active and stuff.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I got to my 8th grade. Yeah, my 8th grade year in middle school when I started really thinking about playing football for real.
Right.
Because of course I love the game, love playing like outside and stuff.
Right.
I ain't never really played in a program before.
Right. So this basically like a raw talent, man. Just just got the raw natural talent, but never just played up under like a confined league where the rules and teaching the skills and everything like that. I feel you, man. And now that you say that, I was like that, man. I was a guy that big basketball guy. Wanted to play football. Mom wouldn't let me play, but I played hella basketball. Playing at Highland Park every day, man. Playing on the court. And then my 8th grade year, I said, man, I'm gonna play football. I'm gonna play. And that first year was rocky for me. It was rocky, man. I was learning the game, but I was a good athlete, but I was just still learning, so it was rocky for me. So as I entered high school, I was like, you know what? Here you go. I knew I had what it took to get there. I just had to, just build that, man. And like I said, with your story, man, you see that, man. So what middle school did you go to, bro?
I went to a few actually.
Yeah.
I started off at East Augusta. Went there for a little minute. Then we ended up moving to I think over there by Langford.
Yeah, Langford. Yeah, that's where I went, man. I went to Langford. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Langford for a year. Then I went back to East Augusta. Left East Augusta again, and this time I went to Glen Hills.
Glen Hills, okay, yeah.
So that's probably where I ended my middle school.
Right. I got you, bro. I got you. So, man, like I said, you come up, you playing a lot of basketball, man. Like you said, in 8th grade, you get into playing football, bro. So, at some point, you choose to decide to go to Laney, man. That's a high school you go to, man. We know that Laney, they got a rich tradition, bro. You coming behind guys like Chip Banks, who was a great player back in the 70s. You got guys like, J.K. Sapp, man, Robert Dunn, Cam Stallings, Rod Hall. These some great guys, man, that just come through the program, man. Laney has always had a, good tradition of winning for the most part at a high trajectory. You know what I'm saying? They had maybe some few years where they didn't win, but for the most part, Laney has always just been consistent. You know what I'm saying? There's always been a player in that two-way football in that region, man. So, what were just some expectations for yourself, man, as a young guy coming into Laney, man, with all that tradition, all the guys that preceded you? What was some expectation for yourself, man, just coming into that position?
Well, for me, it was just like I chose Laney because like my dad went to Laney.
Yeah.
He everybody would always tell me stories on how he played football. So I was like, me going there give me a little bit of being connected with him because he was coached by Coach Smart.
Right, okay.
So I go there. Of course, Coach Smart see me. He talking to me. Coach Lackey, who was
Coach Lackey.
Yeah, he was the head coach at the time. Me and him came up with a plan together. Like I told him, like I'm trying to go D1.
Yeah.
Like I heard you go D1, your chances of the NFL increase.
Definitely.
So it was like that's my plan. So me and him mapped out. Okay, you gotta go to this, this, and this, and you gotta do this. Meanwhile, I'm still raw at this. So coming into my freshman year, raw, trying to get right, went all through the summer and everything.
Yeah, the whole summer program just working out.
Yeah.
That's definitely important.
So go through that, probably put on about 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Right before school started. And we just went from there. So the expectation was the end result, getting a D1 offer.
Yeah, and man, and you done just that, man. We'll get into that, man. But just just harping back on Laney football, man, and just what they've been in the area, man. And I always ask guys from Laney who played at Laney, man, and they had their time there, like been very successful there. But I said, man, Laney, as good as their program has been, and just in the recent years, I say in the past 20, 25 years, man, they had some very, very good teams come through there, but just not able to get over the hump, man, in the playoffs, man. So just from your standpoint, playing at Laney, being there up under, Coach Parker was there, then pinning up under Coach Lackey, who was there when you was there. Like, what you think was just those key things why Laney just can't get over the hump and maybe just secure that state championship? Because they done had great teams, man. They done had some great teams, some great guys playing. Like I said, you was there. You played with a Willie Eubanks, who was an All-American linebacker at the Citadel. Jalen Watson, who's now playing with the Kansas City Chiefs. You're doing what you're doing, playing at Auburn, had played at Florida. Now, getting ready to enter the USFL, and they're probably going to turn into an NFL career here pretty soon, man. So why you just think y'all the guys just couldn't get over the hump, man, with all that talent?
I ask myself that question all the time. Because when we came in as freshmen, like, we was like big, like you
Yeah,
looking
you
like,
see the talent. 'Cause
and then
during that time,
my freshman year we made it to the third round in the playoffs.
Lost to Love It. I remember.
Yeah, and we were blowing them out at first.
Yeah.
Had them beat. They came back and won, and like I was like, all right, it's cool.
Yeah.
I got 3 more years.
You got 3
but them
years.
3 years go by fast.
They go by fast, man. I tell people all the time, man, one thing God don't give you is time, man.
Yeah.
And they're going to wait for no man. It's going to always continue. Now, like I said, man, I think people underestimate how hard it is to actually win a state championship. To go 5 rounds, you know what I'm saying, against good football teams. You know, that first round, man, may be where teams might not be so well. They might not be that good in that first round. And you get to the second round, now everybody's good. You getting that first seed on the road, that second seed on the road. You ain't getting no cream puffs now. And I think that outside of Laney, man, a lot of coaches here in Augusta, I don't think they can really win the region outside of, you know, just schools, not your Thompsons, not your Burke County, because we know they've competed on the state level and won the state championship. But the schools in the city of Augusta, man, some of them not outside of Laney. Sometimes I talk and I sit back and talk to coaches, I believe their expectation is not to win the state. They just want to go out and win the region every year and then win the first round game in a good fashion, and in the second round, just don't get blowed out too bad, man. But for Laney, it's always different. Playing in that 2-way, you know what I'm saying? They gonna always most time be one of the most talented team on the football field. There's nobody gonna be more talented than Laney, man. So like I said, it just always it kind of like baffled me, like, damn, why they didn't get over the hump, man? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's a question that I honestly don't have an answer to. It can be multiple reasons. But at the end of the day is like our biggest thing was just we stayed together.
Yeah, that's you got
fought, but for some reason that hump forever got bigger.
That's it, and it be like that, man. Sometimes I tell people, man, football is something that coincides in life. Is you got to make the best of the opportunity in the moment, because that moment may not never be. Now you may have the talent to go on and say, man, well we didn't do it in this moment, and it's like, well, we got all these guys coming back, but the next year is always a new year. You're always building something new. They say, well, to me, there's never a rebuilding form in football. It's always a reload. We got to reload, and even though you got these guys, these staple guys that been there, like yourself, like Willie, like a Jalen, guys that been around the program for a minute. You know, it's nothing for certain that you can win it every year, man. Because it's not like basketball or the NBA Finals where you're playing a 7-game series. Football is a one game, and you can be off one game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, it's very underestimated and very hard to win the state championship. But the way y'all been able to compete on the state level, man, you definitely gotta, you know what I'm saying, just applaud that, man. So like I said, regardless of that, man, this is such a stellar career at Laney, man. Everything you was able to accomplish, man. And so at this point, you're a senior, and you're a junior, and now you're becoming a senior. And now I'm pretty sure you're starting to get all these D1 offers, man. You're going to these different camps, man. So just what was that recruiting process like for you, just from going to the camps, man, and then putting it on product on the field? What was that recruiting process like for you?
Honestly, people used to tell me like enjoy the recruiting process in high school because this the only time you'll get that.
Definitely.
And like going through my journey, I see that now.
Yeah.
Because like you gotta think about you taking trips every weekend, going to different colleges, going to their games, watching, getting the college atmosphere for real.
Yeah.
Like of course you got your game Friday, you might be a little tired, but you're gonna get up and make that ride, sleep in the car.
Yeah, definitely.
So just experiencing new things. That's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, man, that's always exciting.
That I got out of just seeing, like talking to the coaches and meeting their families and seeing how they is with their families, and I'm like, okay, like they really want me to come here. Like they introduced me to the family,
definitely.
At the games and stuff. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, man.
But it's really like something that you really gotta enjoy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a big decision in your life, that like one of the biggest decisions you can make.
Yeah, definitely.
Because wherever you go, you planning on staying there for 3 to 4 years. Yeah. So it got to become your home.
Yeah, definitely.
Because if it's not your home, it's your prison. And if it feel like a prison, you're going to go in the transfer portal every time.
That's it. And like you said, man, just making that decision is very big, man, because, when you're going through the recruiting process as a high schooler, man, you're 17, you're 18 years old, you're a young man. You're 18, you consider grown, but in the mental mind maturity level, you're really not grown. And now you're making a decision not only for you, you're making a decision for your family. And now, you got to think about, well, where I'm going to play that so my family can see me. What's the best opportunity for me on the field to get to the next level? What's the best opportunity for me to get the degree and be able to be successful as I want to be if I don't play, or when I do play, post-playing, man. So, like I said, it's always a big decision in that. But it's like you said, it's something you got to have fun with, man. It's something you got to just take it all in for what it is, because everybody don't get that. Everybody don't get to go to the Georgias and the Ohio States and the Southern Cals, Floridas, whatever, Auburns, whatever school it may be. Everybody don't get that. So like you said, man, you definitely got to appreciate the moment, because you don't get that when you go into the NFL. It's more of a rigorous process. So you ain't gonna get that. You don't get all that love.
Because you ain't doing the picking, they doing the picking.
There you go. And
you doing the competing with everybody else.
That's it, man. That's it. And I definitely know all about that, man. So eventually, man, you come to a decision, man. You decide to go to Auburn University, man. Such a rich tradition there, man, with guys like Bo Jackson, man. Your Cadillac Williams, Jason Campbell, Carlos Rogers, a guy from around here, man. I had a cousin, Carlos Dance, who played linebacker with them, man. You go there, man, and you up under Coach Gus Malzahn, man. He was able to win 2 SEC championship, 2010, man. In 2013, get to the national championship, not able to win it against Florida State, but yet and still, man, just a stellar season right there, and just a storied program, man, at Auburn, man. So why Auburn? Why did you want to go there? What sold you on them?
What sold me on it? What sold me on it was Coach Rodney Gardner.
Okay.
What was some other things that helped that decision was the family atmosphere, how everybody treats you, how everybody like you're not just a football player. You
family.
You family to them. Once you come here, you family. You gonna get the big welcome.
Yeah.
If you need somebody to talk to, they'll talk to you. You can't understand something, they gonna get you tutors, whatever you need to make sure, because your grade's gonna come first to them.
Right.
So it was just that, and plus you gonna work hard on that football field, and you gonna win games. We was able to win some good games.
Oh yeah, man, y'all definitely competed at a high level. And like I said, we'll get into that. But like you said, man, that's great, man. Like you said, you got to have that family atmosphere, because when you go off to college, man, some people go 100 miles, 200 miles, 2,000 miles away from home, and you want to have that family atmosphere where I can go somewhere, my parents can and lean on somebody to know that's going to treat my child right, no matter where he's go, because the coaches at some point, they're kind of like your parents at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like you said, that's always big, man. Just having that family atmosphere. And Auburn always, from this outsider looking in, it always seemed like it did have a really rich tradition, man. So you get to Auburn in 2017, man. Unlike many guys, bro, that red shirt a lot when they come in. You don't red shirt, bro. You get the opportunity to play to playing these games right away, man. So what was that process like from playing in high school, man, on that level, to now transitioning to playing in the SEC, which is the biggest you can play in college football, and we know that the game is played in the trenches, man. So what was that transition for you like?
Oh, it was different, because in high school, I was the biggest, the fastest. It wasn't no real competition for real. I was just that raw talent.
Yeah, just dominate everybody.
So getting to college, I'm thinking, okay, I can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Nah, it don't work like that. Dudes big just like you big.
Yeah.
And strong just like you strong.
Exactly.
And what they got other than talent is fundamentals.
Right.
So if they got that, that first fall camp I went through, it was rough.
Oh yeah, the first one is always rough.
It was rough. I'm talking about, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, when you get recruited, man, you decide where you're gonna go, man. They always kind of send you like this workout packet. They try to get you prepared to what's going, but that shit don't never really get you prepared. Like it's never really what it is. You know what I mean?
And it's because no matter how much in shape you think you is,
you ain't in the shape.
They gonna want to see, okay, how far can you really go? You gonna break eventually, because they gonna push you to your breaking point, because they want to know where you break at.
Yeah, that's it. And like you said, they know you may be in the best shape, but they just want to see where you at mentally. Are you gonna give up? Or are you gonna keep fighting? Through it. And like I said, man, I always tell guys, man, anytime you step it up in competition, especially when you're going to play in college football in the SEC, and we know how competitive it can be. It's a maturation process where you got to get bigger, you got to get stronger, you got to get faster, man. And then, Auburn, man, they not playing those slouches, man. You guys are playing against Alabama, Ole Miss, Texas A&M every year. And, that first year you had was a stellar year, man. You guys go out, man, and you also able to win the SEC West, man. You compete against Georgia in the SEC championship. I mean, they able to beat you guys, but you led by guys like Jared Stidham, man, Kerryon Johnson, man. Y'all have a stellar year that year. Anytime you can beat Alabama in this day and time, it's a stellar year, man. So like I said, that was your first year, man. And hey, I don't think you could have asked for a better year to kind of be up under with guys like a Derrick Brown and just kind of learn from up under them guys, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I think that was the year we ended up beating 2 number 1 teams. Because first Georgia was number 1.
Y'all beat them in the regular season.
Then Alabama become number 1.
Yeah.
We ended up beating them the same way.
Yeah.
And then by then, like, that year we had a real tough, tough, practice, everything at a high intensity. Towards the end, we end up falling into some injuries. Like, those the little humps that you get that you have to figure out how to come through.
Right.
When one of your brothers go down, somebody got to come.
Definitely.
Step in.
Always next man up type mentality, bro, for sure. So like I said, man, doing your tenure at Auburn, man, of course you get your playing time, man. 2017, man, 2018, you out there, you getting your feet wet, freshman, sophomore year, and you playing against, like I said, playing alongside guys like Derrick Brown, who was a stellar player, man, who was a first round draft pick, man. So, but 2019, brother, you get your opportunity to start, man. You lay your mark on this team, man, and you out there with now you led by guys like a Bo Nix, who was a great athlete at quarterback, man. You guys finished with a 9-3 record, man. You knock off Alabama that year once again, man. Being able to beat Alabama, in 2 out of the 4 years you were out of school, that's stellar because, like I said, a lot of teams you don't never even get a chance to beat them, man. So just tell us about that season, man.
Now that season was like then it wasn't no low self-esteem, no I don't know if this is gonna be the year or not. Yeah. I made it my year. Sure. Yeah. I went out, I grind, and by any means necessary, this was gonna be the year where people was gonna know my name.
For sure.
So I started competing more, going harder, working out later, doing more, and just kept working.
Yeah.
Whether I was being watched by coaches or not, I just kept going. By then, I know the playbook. So playbook, got it. Everything is checked off. All they got to see is, can he do it in a game?
That's it.
So I just waited for my time. The first game, I showed it.
Definitely got you. First opportunity, man. Like I said, first game you showed it, man. Stepped up, made some big plays against that Oregon team, man. They was driving, get ready to get in the scoring position to get back in that game. And you step up and make some big plays, man. Like I said, you see that maturation process from a sophomore, from a freshman, from a sophomore, now to, going into your junior year in 2019, you just see all the hard work that is combination in one game now. Now the coaches and everybody that's, a fan and looking like, okay, he ready now. You know what I'm saying? He ready. And so that year, man, like I said, you guys finished 9-3, man. You knock off Alabama in the Iron Bowl, man. And, when you got a team, and they coming off Alabama's coming off the national championship, and they got a team fully loaded with Devontae Smith, Jared Judy's still there, Henry Ruggs is still there, Devontae Smith is there. You guys able to beat them, man, and knock them off. Like I said, something you can't even just you can't even just wince at that. You got to just look at it and say, man, you know what, that was great, man. So that year's go by, man. 2020, you get into your senior year here at Auburn, man. You finish with 67 career tackles, man. And like I said, a stellar career, man, playing that nose tackle, with a nose tackle position, man, being able to clog it up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's just stellar to get 67 tackles. I'll tell people all the time, nose tackles not going to make a lot of tackles. They're just going to be just like pluggers. They plug in and make plays for other people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you go through the 2020 season, man. You guys finish 6-4. Gus Malzahn, eventually gets fired, man. But you're going through COVID. So just tell us about that year, man.
That year was a real tough year to not being able to do the stuff that we normally do, like to keep us in shape, like going through spring, getting the young guys ready, the early enrollees and stuff, and getting them right. Yeah, it's just like we ain't get that, right. So it's like, okay, but everybody didn't get it.
Yeah, but
it's like it's some teams they didn't have to replace that much. Right. And some teams did.
Right. And in a year like that, man, if you have to replace a lot, now that learning time is not there, that can be definitely challenging, man, for a young, for a team that done got younger, bringing a lot of newer guys in, trying to plug and play with those new guys. It could be something that can be challenging, man. I definitely can see that.
Yeah, and then on top of it, by then, like, don't nobody really know too much about COVID. You don't know if this gonna be like it could kill you. It could do this if you catch it. You don't know how it's gonna respond to your body if you get it.
So
you got to keep that in mind while you around these guys, and you got to pray that they doing the same thing and staying in the bubble.
Right.
So you got that. Then you got people going like catching COVID. They got to miss practice. Because they can't come out there and infect us.
Yeah.
And you got to get everybody who was close contact to them.
Yeah, and that's hard, man, to try to keep COVID in a bubble on a college campus. You got so many different students. Not you're a football player, but y'all guys are just one part of that community on the campus. You got guys, women and men coming from all different walks of life, coming in, going different places. Of course they're working, but at that time it was kind of shut down, but they're still mingling and going different places they got to go. So COVID was something that was definitely something that was challenging, man. That's why I felt like, man, Gus Malzahn, man, to me, he was just I always give him a lot of respect, man. To be able to go in and compete like he did, man, I feel like he should have got I didn't agree with the firing, man. I feel like he just, should have got another shot, man. 2020, like you said, was just a difficult year for everyone, for not only the players, but I'm pretty sure it was difficult for the coaching staff, man. They're trying to see who they're gonna have on the roster in the lineup every week, because you got guys going out, and some leagues didn't even want to play, like the Big Ten. They didn't even want to play at first. You know what I'm saying? SEC said they was gonna play ACC, and then they kind of followed suit eventually, but they didn't even want to play. You know what I mean?
And that's how it was the whole time. It was like off and on. You don't even know if you having a season, so you gotta think. You got people who it's hard to get motivated and you don't know if you're gonna have a season for real.
Yeah, especially
you just gotta keep that mindset like, oh no, the season gonna play. We gonna have one.
Especially if you don't know if you was a senior and you don't know like every game is your last game at your senior year, man.
Yeah.
So I know that was just tough, man. So eventually, man, we see Gus Malzahn, man. He leaves Auburn, man. You decide you was gonna leave too, man. You decide to go to the University of Florida, man. Kind of like you go over to the SEC East.
Yeah.
And so why Florida, man? What made you come to that decision?
Well, what some people don't know is before I chose Auburn,
yeah,
I had already chose Florida.
Okay.
So that's what some people don't know. Like, I was gonna end up going to Florida, but messed around, met Coach G, had a real conversation with him, one-on-one talk.
Right.
And that's when I knew, oh, this guy gonna push me.
Right.
I ain't never been pushed before.
Right.
Cause I always felt like I was that guy.
Right.
So I needed somebody who could really
push you to your limits.
Yeah.
Test you. Yeah. And I said you already had, kind of some dealings with him, so it wasn't probably hard to kind of sway your opinion and, what I'm saying, to try to go back to Florida, because like you said, it was somewhere where you thought you was gonna go. And Florida, like I said, just like Auburn, it's got a great tradition as well, man. But I definitely understand that, man, that just sometimes when you get to college, man, sometimes these coaches, somebody coming through the program, they're trying to win, it's all about wins and losses, you know what I mean? So it's kind of rare to find these coaches that really care about the players. They really care about who they are, not only as football players, but as young men and going to become young men in the working world and go on to do great things, whether it's in the NFL or outside of the NFL, man. So like I said, that's always important, man. That's real, man. Shout out to Coach G for that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's being, like you say, treating you like family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And making you feel a part of that Auburn family, man. So like I said, you get to Florida, man, 2021. You playing up under Coach Dan Mullen, bro. Y'all kind of have a okay season, but it's a little rocky, man. He loses his job in that year, man. So what was that like for you just playing at Florida, being in Gainesville?
Oh, at Florida, it was kind of different because, of course, like I'm a grad transfer. This is my last year.
Yeah, new guy.
So it ain't like I'm mingling with everybody for real, walking through campus because like I ain't got classes like that. I got a few classes, but like they ain't like how they is. They going to class, going to tutoring and stuff. I ain't need none of that.
Right.
So it's like my bonding time with them was limited, but even with it being limited, I still got to know the guys that I like. The guys that was there, they welcomed me in. The defense welcomed me in. Yeah. And we all had the same goals, same aspect. Is, hey, you came to help us. Let's work.
That's it. Yeah. And that's all. Sometimes you can really ask for, man. Because I transferred in, bro. went to a school, transferred in, and sometimes you may feel like, well, man, this player may be the missing niche to what we may need. I kind of came in, man. Those guys kind of showed me the way. Helped me get up to speed with everything. And I was kind of like a plug and play guy. And for me, it was just like, man, I was like, those guys became like family, just like at the previous school I was at. Everybody was like, it was like family, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, but sometimes as a grad transfer, you just don't get that opportunity to build those relationships, to be out there grinding and staying with somebody for 2-3 years. You guys see, go in as kids and as boys and then become out as men. You don't really see that, you know what I'm saying? So I can understand that, but shout out to the guys and the players there and the coaches there just getting you acclimated, man, making you feel comfortable, bro. Shout out to that, man. So, you go through that season, man, 2021 at Florida, bro, and, you had a stellar career at Auburn, pretty good, decent 1 year at Florida. You get an opportunity, man, with the New York Giants as an undrafted free agent. So let's tell us about that process, just building up to becoming an undrafted free agent, just the you know what I'm saying, just the draft process, man, getting there, in rookie minicamp. What was that like?
It was good. Like, even leading up to it, like the work you put in, showcase, you show everybody what you got.
Yeah.
You start finding out, hey, this team interested in you, this team.
Yeah.
And of course you want to hear your name called during the draft.
Yeah.
But me, I wasn't really pressed on it for real.
I got you.
Like, cause I know what type of player I am.
Yeah.
So whatever team get me, and like I told them, whatever team get me,
yeah.
like, I don't care where you get me at. The love for the game, you ain't gonna have to question that with me.
Yeah.
Cause I don't care. Like I told him, like my agent was trying to talk. Like he thought he had to give me a little pep talk for it. I was like, nah, man, I'm good.
Yeah.
What teams we got in mind? Cause when you go undrafted,
yeah,
now you get to choose.
You get to choose.
So you got like this team. So me, I always do my research on like what teams need. Like, am I a guy who they really considering?
Right.
Stuff like that. There's a lot of things you got put together to make sure.
Definitely.
Along with the money, because you want your money to be right too.
Yeah, yeah.
But one thing I have learned though, just because one team is offering you more than the other team,
yeah,
don't always mean that's the right place for you.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man.
So you really gotta, I'm gonna say, humble yourself.
Yeah.
And think for real, like, can you fit this team scheme? Because that's what it's going to come down to.
It's all about
can you fit the scheme?
Yeah, definitely.
And with me, I know what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I know what I'm not good at. And the things that I'm not good at, I know how to make myself look good at them.
Yeah.
Because my fundamentals going to kick in.
Right. You got the fundamentals, man.
Yeah.
The base of what you learn, man, from coming from Laney, man, at Auburn, at Florida, the things you done learn, like I said, you can always just go back to the fundamentals, bro. So, you get to decide where you want to go, man. You get in with the New York Giants, bro. So what was that like? Just being up in I think they played with the Fluent Park. Is that the Jets? Where the Giants located at?
In New Jersey.
New Jersey. Is it Fluent Park, New Jersey? One part, because I worked out with the Jets at some point, man. When I was an undrafted free agent.
Oh yeah, we share the same field.
So it's one New Jersey, whatever. You got one New York Jet weight, and the other one is for the Giants, man. Their practice facility. But like I said, man, you get an opportunity with the Giants, bro. Just how was that? Just finally, man, putting that NFL helmet on, bro. Being able to say, you know what, man, I finally made it. No matter if I getting drafted or I didn't get drafted, but this is a dream come true, man. My family supported me, man. Your pops was a big player, man. He's signing, smiling down, looking on you, man. You got that, living that name, got the, the Trusedell name, finally on the jersey, man, representing your family. So what was that like?
Like it was like it felt unreal, like, cause like everybody asked me like how you feel, and it was like, shoot, I can't really tell you. It ain't really hit me yet.
Yeah, it always hits you late.
Yeah. So like when you finally get on the plane, you fly out there, you get in your Uber Lyft with, I don't know, your car escort.
Yeah, they'll come up, somebody come get you.
Yeah, you get in there, you take your ride, get in the stadium, and then you look around and you like, dang, I'm really here. Like,
yeah.
Like the field is right there. Like my helmet, my locker right here.
Yeah, definitely. I felt all that as well.
Like you looking at the names of the people who you don't seen in the NFL
on Sundays,
and you looking at like they locker like, They like right across from mine. Like,
Yeah,
if
crazy.
it's something like you start end up being like a little kid in a candy factory for real.
Yeah.
Just looking at all the crazy stuff and like, wow, like I'm here.
Yeah,
Like,
it's magical, man.
and then it come down to, okay, these guys are for real.
Yeah,
I got to find a way to be better than them.
yeah. for real.
So then that's when that competitive edge kicked in on me.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was like, all right, I done made it, but ain't nothing solidified yet. So now it's time to I got to go get mine.
Yeah,
I got to make it to where people like, hey, well, that's Tyrone Truesdell like over there.
yeah.
So that was my whole mindset was to now I'm basically starting over.
Yeah.
So now it's time set new goals.
Cause you definitely got to empty your mind, man. You got to get away from the honeymoon real quick and understand like, okay, it's about to kick in. Hey, now it's time to compete, man. Like I said, I felt the same thing, man. Flying out to Minnesota, man. First got an opportunity in Carolina, then went out to Minnesota, man. But that was kind of like that moment for me where I'm on the plane, man. I'm flying, man. Man, it feels good to be wanted, man. Undrafted free agent. I'm actually back home working. I get this call, and this is like a honeymoon for me, man. And I always remember, man, I'm in the team meeting. Everybody's kind of meeting each other and asking, where you from? Where you this? And I introduce myself, and I'm like, I'm Evan Dansby. I'm from such and such school, and I'm here, and this is what I was doing. They're like, man, this man was just like throwing snacks in the vending machine yesterday, and now I'm here with you good people. But all that it go away because once you're like, hey, now it's time to compete.
Yeah.
And some of those guys been there in rookie mini camp throughout the OTAs. They've been competing all year. So I'm kind of like on the back end. Gotta get it. But there's no excuse. I'm here now. I'm where I want to be. Let's go. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel that, man. So you get, like I said, you get the opportunity, man, in New York, man. For whichever way, man. It goes the way it goes, man. So in your eyes, man, what you think this went? How was that first experience, man? Like what went right? What went wrong? What was that?
I honestly feel like everything went exactly how it was supposed to go.
For sure.
Because you can't expect to make it to the top without taking some losses, taking some curves, some humps.
Yeah.
Like that's what really makes you want. Like people will tell you all the time when they win the championship, they don't remember that game like that. They remember that hard work that the players put in get there.
That's it.
And that's all it is. Like,
remember the process.
now, people know my name. People know what I'm capable of in college, and they gonna know what I'm capable of in the NFL. So my whole thing is to take this USFL thing and show people like my talents, because that's the one thing I did not get to do.
Yeah.
Is really show, cause you hurt.
Yeah, and then you can do. You got to get help,
And it sucks, but it's part of the game.
Yeah, I had a coach tell me, man, that's one of the reasons why I left Minnesota, man. Say, hey, if you're in the tub, you can't make the club, and that's true. You know what I'm saying? Healthy is the best. Being healthy is the best thing you can have. It's the best tool you can have in your repertoire as a player, man. And you're healthy and you're available. And sometimes in your career, man, it may hit you in high school, college, or in the NFL. You just go through that patch where you just nicked or you're hurt and you just got to try to get healthy. And you playing in the trenches, man, all that, that bumping and grinding all the time, man, it's easy for you guys to get hurt. You got offensive linemen diving at your legs and stuff, you bumping the ground, you can fall on your back. It's anything. So I only can imagine, man. I only can imagine.
Yeah, because I think with us, like, I think somebody told me the only game where we going to be 100 as far as a D-line, O-line type of thing. Game one. After that,
yeah, everybody hurt after that. Everybody feeling something after game one, man. Especially as like you said, O-line, D-line, man. Definitely shout out. I always, man, give a shout out to them guys in the trenches, man, because that's what football is always played at. As skills guys, the game changed, man. Quarterback, you can't really hit them like that no more. But in them trenches, man, it never changes.
Yeah, they ain't gonna change.
Yeah, the trenches ain't gonna change.
That double team you get ain't gonna be that same double team you always get. Yeah. Them cuts you get gonna be the same cuts.
Yeah.
That blind side hit when the guard pull. Yeah. That's still gonna be there.
Yeah. That's a facet of the game that has never changed. We've seen a lot of changes, over the past years. We're trying to make the game safer, but for the O line and D line, we haven't seen many changes at all, man. It's just always that hard-nosed football, mentality, man. So, of course, man, you leave New York, man, and now you're back here, man. You just like, preparing for this opportunity with the USFL, with the New Jersey Generals, bro. So what's that process been like for you? Now just saying, okay, I'm back in football. I'm back on road. It's time to go. So what's your process been like? Your everyday, your workouts, all that. What's that been like for you? Just trying to build yourself up to this point.
So that's the thing about it that really is shocking me for myself, because it shows how much I want it.
Right.
Because I'm so used to people planning out my day. You got to be at work at this time. You got class at this time. You got this and that. I ain't got that no more.
Right.
It's all a want thing. Like, you got to want it for yourself.
Exactly.
So, end up, of course, had to get a job, because like the world don't start running. Bills still got to be paid.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I get that, but then it also conflicts with my workouts.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I ain't really got time to work out for real. So I set it up to where I get up before work, get up at 4, work out at 5, go to work, leave work. Then at this point, I could go and rest. I ain't got time to rest.
Yeah.
I gotta, cause just working out ain't get me to where I want to be. So now I gotta go and learn my body. So I do yoga.
Yeah.
Go to yoga, get more flexible, get all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Being flexible it helps you a lot not to get hurt.
Yeah, and then I look at different nutrition things. I might call my nutritionist up, ask them some questions about some things like, hey, how this is, what this does if I take this.
Yeah.
So things like that, just to help me be ready 100%.
Yeah.
Because the way I look at it, if once I put it all on the line, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I can be happy with whatever outcome comes.
That's it. Well, when you put one and I love that, man. When you put 120 into something, man, and you leave it all out there on the field, man, you exhaust everything that you got into you, the outcome gonna be what it is, man. One thing about it, God gonna always have the end game for you, and He wouldn't put you in this position this far to leave you. You know, He says to see something in you that you continue to play football, man. A lot of guys, you know, they leave college, man, and have these careers and they never play again. Or they leave high school. You see a lot of guys you go in high school with, they never play again. College, they never play again, man. But it seems like to me, man, that you know you definitely got a plan, man, an itinerary for your day to try to get you prepared for this opportunity. Because I tell people all the time, man, the NFL is what have you done for me now lately, league. They want to see you put something on film right now. You know, what you done at Auburn was great. What you done at Florida was great. But they want to see who is Tyrone Truesdell right now today. And shout out to the XFL and leagues like the USFL that's now giving guys these opportunities to kind of show their skills, you know, right now, you know, outside of just having to go to training camp. You can see me live right before the season starts. Now you can pick me up. You know, see a guy like the guy down in Dallas, Turpin. He takes over the USFL, man, returning all these kicks, and now he's part of that Dallas football team, man. He's that star returner, man. He had a couple solid returns, you know, nothing explosive where he's returned one, man. But like I said, just getting that opportunity, man. And like I said, I tell people all the time, man. Sometimes in life, you know, you try to take detours and losses to get somewhere. You see a guy like a former teammate of yours with Jalen Watson, man. He's working at Wendy's, and now he's starting cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs. So you know it can be done if you want it bad enough. It can definitely happen, man.
It's all about your want. When
that's it.
If you want it,
I respect that so much, man.
Yeah, and that's why I told him, like, bro, like you gonna came away with, shoot, like, people used to hit me up and ask me, man, what's up with your boy? Like, what? I'd be like, man, he good. He got it, because the mindset that he got, he know what it takes to get there. If he want it, he gonna get it.
Yeah, that's
that's what he did. He proved it, and I'm doing the same thing. It's just mine's a little different from his. Like
everybody's roads are different, man. But everybody's road different. But you, at the end of the day, you still have to walk that same road of trying to get there. But everybody's path to the same road is different, you know.
Because you're going to go through your struggles to get there.
And everybody's struggles is a little different. Some people dealing with struggles for as their family. Some people dealing with their struggles for as, you know, this or that or whatever that's over there. But it's all to get to that same road, man. You know what I'm saying? To get to that same road.
And what you want to do is, and what I don't learn, you want to surround yourself around people who trying to do the same thing.
That's it. Because
if you ain't around them, you're going to end up doing what you see your environment do.
Yeah, we're a product of our environment, man. That's just what human nature. That's just human nature to be a product of your environment, man. You don't want to play football unless you was put in that position to play football and be around that. So that made you want to play. You know what I mean? So like you said, you're a product of your environment, man.
Yeah, that's why I always say, like, football showed me a lot of things that I would have never seen had I not played the game.
Yeah.
All I would have probably known is Augusta and South Carolina, because South Carolina right there.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Football will take. I tell people, man, it's great sport of football to take you a lot of places, man, that you never thought you would never go. I never thought I'd be in Minnesota, man. I never thought I would, be in Seattle, flying these different cities, New Orleans, coming out, Superdome. I never thought that, man. But like I said, it's always good to surround yourself with positive people, man, because like you said, man, harping back to what you're saying, man, guys, well, what's up with this guy? What's up with that guy's always going to be that outside noise, man. You got to ignore it, because those people have never went through the process of losing and failing. Because I tell people all the time, one thing about athletes, man, and it was different from other people, is that some athletes, to be as great as you want to be, you got to know what the valley tastes like. You got to know what the mountaintop tastes like as well. And to get to where you want to go, if you get the taste of both of them, then you'll know the desire. So some people, they look at these people and say, well, what happened? But you ain't never been to the top, so you don't know what may have happened. When you go to the top and you go into the valley and you have to get back to the top, then you know what it takes to get back there, man. And I see sometimes that what separates athletes from non-athletes and understanding, well, what's the standstill? Why they not doing this? Why they not doing it? Hey, I done been to the top. I understand that it's not going to be easy. They made some stuff to them is easy, but for us, it's always it's always a maturation process. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I always get. Like, y'all don't, like, people be asking, like, y'all don't do nothing. Like, that's easy. Like, all right, you try getting up at 5 in the morning.
They can't do it, man.
Getting a workout in.
Yeah, most people
real early, doing some conditioning tests, then going to class, then coming from class, going straight, getting ready, getting taped and ready for practice. Got to be on time to everything. Yeah. Cause you gotta lead by example. Plus, you don't want to do no punishment.
Yeah.
So you gotta do all this. Plus, you want to play. Yeah. All this goes into your playing time. So you gotta show them, all right, I got discipline.
Yeah.
Cause it's not just you go out. Like, a lot of people think, oh, we go to practice, we do what we do in the game, and then we just go in the game. Yeah. And like we be out there dying in practice.
That's it.
You're going to see the worst of us in practice.
Yeah, definitely, man. You got to push yourself. I tell people all the time, man, if you push yourself throughout the week, because, a lot of us in college football, you get that Sunday practice in, and then you're off Monday, and then now you're practicing Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, preparing for the game, you know what I'm saying, on Saturday, man. So you never, like you said, you never really get kind of not really a break. It always kind of keep you going outside of that Monday, which and then Monday's a heavy school day for you, kind of get your school stuff lined up.
Classes, tutoring.
Yeah, all that, man. So like I said, it's never really a break, man. But like you said, man, just shout out to you, bro. Not at Auburn no more, not at Florida no more. Nobody's here pushing you but you and what you want for you, your family, things that you desire, man. So shout out to that, because I've been in that position where, hey, man, I leave college, man, such a great player, man. Well, what happened to him? And now I got to push myself to the point to get back. Hurt, but I gotta come off this rehab of this, get back to who I was. Now go in a system, in the NFL where I'm behind the gate because I haven't been to OTAs. I haven't been here, but that doesn't matter now. Now I'm here. I gotta compete, man. I was able to do that, man. You know what I'm saying? My career was not very long at all, man. But for the few years I did play, man, I tell people all the time, it was always process over the prize. And that's why I do this podcast, man. If you can see some people always see the final product, but if you can just dive into the process of what it took for a Tyrone Truesdell to get to Auburn, to get to the New York Giants, or me or myself, to go through college, man, to get in Carolina, Minnesota, then you really appreciate what we do. You know what I'm saying? You'll really appreciate it, man. So, I always try to kind of end my podcast like this, man. Your journey, your story, that inspires somebody, whether it's an adult or whether it's a kid, man. So just in your words, bro, what would be like a word of encouragement for the child, for the young athlete that's trying to get to where you want to, for the adult that's went through something in their life, that had a standstill but still trying to grind and get to the next level? What would be your word of advice to them?
My word, it'll be what keeps me going, because somebody told me that and I thought about it.
Yeah.
So basically, he told me God gives his toughest battles to his most greatest kids.
For sure.
So it comes to a point, if he don't been with you this whole time,
right?
If he don't helped you got to wherever point you at in life where you want to give up, then, and you feel like everything going around, like he don't abandon you, you got to remember God don't forsake his kids.
That's it, man.
So if you go through the storm, it's gold. You're gonna get exactly what you want.
Yeah, but you got.
But if you fall, you get weak, you gonna fall.
Yeah,
and it's hard to get up when you fall.
Yeah, For sure. That's just a part of the journey, man. And this is the beauty of the process that, man, you know, you're going to take your lumps and your bumps and your bruises in this football journey or whatever sports journey. Because, like, you know, when I come in here, man, I not only want to inspire the football player, but I want to inspire the average day person that's going to work every day. How can we inspire them? You know what I'm saying? Because your story is inspiration. My story is inspiration to somebody that's not even doing the same thing that we were able to do. How can the person that, you know, how can I inspire the man or the woman that's going just to support their family, just to put food on the table, that's going through these trials and bumps and bruises on jobs, and it ain't what we do every day, but at the same time, man, it's inspiring somebody. So I love that, man. Just, hey, weather the storm, bro. I love that mentality, bro. You got to be able to weather the storm because you're gonna go through something, man, in life, bro. You're gonna go through something, man. Like I said, man, and just definitely shout out to that, bro.
Yeah, because I got teammates like who made it, who got millions, still they going through a storm.
Yeah.
Like
it's never ending.
It's gonna happen. It's just how you handle it.
Hey, man. So before we get out of here, bro, any shout outs, anything you want to give anybody, bro? Just somebody that helped you along the way, man, supported you, man. Anybody throughout this process, man, who you just want to just give a shout out to?
Yeah, I actually got 2 people who helping me get my body back right.
Okay.
Ray, MTAG, he get me right, lifting weights, conditioning.
Okay.
And then I have my yoga instructor, Star, who's doing a tremendous job with me, getting me flexible and making sure I'm prone to injury, don't get hurt. So
yeah, that's what's up, man. You know, man, when I first met you, bro, we had the conversation at the gym, bro.
Yeah.
I was a fan automatically right then. I was like, man, this guy cut like me. He come from the grind. He in here getting it when nobody watching. When nobody got to push him. Nobody got to prod in him to tell him, man, get in here because of this. He doing it because this is what he want to do, man. Standing on it for your family, man. Representing your pops. That last name, man. I love that because that's one reason why I done it as well, man. So I can lean on that. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, for me, man, and us at here at PCP, man, Press Coverage Podcast, bro, and we definitely praying for you, bro, that you continue to prepare, man. You get ready for the USFL season, bro, and you go in, man, you wreck shop, bro, because you deserve it, man. You deserve it. So, bro, from me to you, bro, I appreciate you coming through, bro, sitting there talking with me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we'll come back in a year or so, man. And you signed with, the Cowboys, my Commanders, Reds Commanders, man, they need a little help, man, so we need all the help we can get, man. So hopefully, man, we come back in here, man, we see guys like yourself, Willie Eubanks, man, that went through the USFL, man, and then signed to an NFL team, man, and, get all you guys in together, and then now we can just tell that journey, bro. That's what it's all about, man, because, hey, man, like I said, man, you're a young warrior from the city, bro, and we need more people like you, man, going out here doing these big things and being examples of people coming behind us, bro. So from me to you, man, I appreciate you coming on here, man. PCP, man, Press Coverage Podcast, bro. This is episode 8, man. I'm here with big Tyrone Truesdell, bro. And he getting ready to do it big with the New Jersey Generals, man. We out of here, man. Appreciate it.